Let's talk a little bit more about it, because not only Guam in the Pacific, but Hawaii, both in the crosshairs for two separate storms that could bring rough weather the next several days. It's already been rough in Hawaii with a lot of rain, especially last month. The American Red Cross, they've already dispatched supports, deploying disaster teams from across the U.S.
Yeah, as you mentioned, as Stephen mentioned, right, Guam bracing for those impacts from Super Typhoon Sinlaku. The threat, of course, 3 years removed from Super Typhoon Mawar back in May of 2023. It was the strongest storm to slam the U.S. territory in decades.
Mimi Teller is the national spokesperson for the American Red Cross. She's joining us this morning with more on the support. Appreciate you waking up early this morning, Mimi, and talking with us. So we have Hawaii and Guam, two different storms, but both in need of some assistance. Has it been challenging trying to coordinate those efforts? How are those going?
So, as you had mentioned, we have over 100 people already deployed to the Guam area. And Hawaii, we've had both local volunteers and deployed volunteers supporting the region for over a month. I was there for 2 weeks as part of the support team as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we kick it off with Hawaii, at least for this one, we had two back-to-back Kona lows, which ultimately just brought so much rain to the islands. We had some communities left unrecognizable a result of the flooding, a lot of families displaced. So shelter becomes one of the greatest needs. But you're also talking about out in the Pacific, how has it been coordinating those efforts and getting families the necessary items when you talk about just also the expansiveness of some of that damage?
So in all the regions that are preparing right now, we are in those regions throughout the year, and we're always providing the preparedness information, both in trainings and social media and other various forms. We have an emergency app that people can download so people know how to be prepared. So hopefully people have taken the steps in advance as much as they can. Once the disaster hits, the thing that the Red Cross does and does well is sheltering. So we are there when people have to evacuate. They need somewhere to go right away. We provide meals, a safe place, and right away we start with recovery information. Once the storm is passed and it's safe, then our recovery teams go out into the field and we try and determine all the disaster and what the needs will be from there.
Unfortunately, given the frequency of some of these natural disasters, we don't have to look very far to think back to the most recent disaster. And I guess in Guam's case, Mimi, it was Mawar. It was hit one of the worst in decades in 2023. It, too, was a super typhoon. Can you speak to how the response was in Guam with the American Red Cross and how the recovery has been like since that typhoon?
So with Mawar, we actually staged a lot of our resources in California so that we could get them quickly to Guam ahead of the storm. And now this time we're a little bit further ahead. We've staged our resources in Guam. We also have existing resources there throughout the year, but anticipating the need to be greater, we got resources, people, and the sheltering things we need, we got it there earlier. So we're pre-positioned right now to respond to the need. We're working with our local partners and also other agencies to make sure that all the needs are met.
Yeah, it's such a coordinating effort, the before, the during, and the after. Wondering too, it could have been much worse for Guam. And in fact, being now on the better side, the less intense side of this super typhoon. But nonetheless, we're still looking at some impacts. People typically, when they watch Mimi, they want to help. What is the easiest way to do so to be able to make sure you guys can continue to do what you do best?
And that's a very good point, because this is our fifth disaster response in the Pacific region in 4 weeks. So to keep providing the support that people need, we do rely on the generous donations of the American public. If people want to text Red Cross to 90999, that will send out a $10 donation. Or they can call 1-800-RED-CROSS or go to redcross.org and make a donation. That will help us keep providing the assistance and the support that people need during these really difficult times.
My goodness, 5 responses in the matter of 4 weeks. I mean, we look at how things have set up, and Hawaii has just been in the crosshairs. Overall, California faring better than past winters and rainy seasons, but that doesn't mean that we've all been exempt. Wild times. Appreciate the time this morning. Mimi Teller, national spokesperson for the American Red Cross. Thank you.
Thank you.